Hello and good Thursday morning. It is a beautiful day outside. I am in a really messed up mood today. I don't even know how to describe the mood that I'm in. I have this recurring dream that I'm moving back to Dunnville from Toronto, and I have to be out in like 3 days. But I have so much packing to do that I haven't had time to do, and I don't have enough time to do the packing, and I'm going to need like a couple extra days after the other people are supposed to move in. But then last night, there were some new twists on it. One, I was in the neighbor's place, and they had changed it all around. It wasn't apartments anymore. It was just one big house, and they were super nice people. And then my mom was helping me pack, which is, if you knew my mom, she would be there in a heartbeat to help me with anything I needed. And it was really cool because I got to have this conversation with her. And though it was in the dream, it still felt like I actually was hanging out with my mom last night. And she's been gone for like 13 years. So that was really strange. And I woke up and I didn't know who I was. I slept so deep. And it almost feels like one of those turning points where everything that happens from here on out is going to be this whole new chapter, this great experience. But I was also being thrown back to things that I don't want to say that I've forgotten about, but definitely things that aren't top of mind. Because, we get conditioned by our circumstances and the days that we're having on a regular basis, and we can forget the things that we've done, the things that we've accomplished, the places that we've been, the people we've met, and get conditioned into believing that we're something smaller than we necessarily are. But that is not what I want to talk about today. That is, thank you for the like, Christy, I appreciate that. And as I'm saying that, please do me a favor, like this, comment, share. It's the best way you can possibly support me and getting these messages out there. I really appreciate it. Today I want to talk about delaying emotion. It's a conversation that I had with somebody I love very much this morning, and they're going through some stuff. And we just got talking about delaying emotion. And one of the emotions that people spend so much time in is worry. Worry's a big one. The thing about worry is you can't do anything about it. There's a great scene. We'll get back to worrying in a second. There's a great scene in the movie Fury, where Brad Pitt, they go through this intense war, and his guys, they come back to the base, and his guys are all freaked out, but he tells them what to do and gets them back in line. And as the sergeant, he's their leader. He goes around the corner, and he feels his emotions, but he doesn't show them in front of his men. And to a degree, we all have to do this. I mean, one of the most important things today, especially in the business world, is emotional IQ, EQ, not just IQ. Emotional quotient, not just intelligence quotient. Because a lot of people, we talked about this yesterday, a lot of people never made it past the, I'm hungry, I throw a temper tantrum phase. We call it hangry, and it becomes this totally acceptable thing. But the fact of the matter is, if you're throwing temper tantrums every time you're hungry, just carry some fruit around with you for the love of everything holy. Now, delaying emotions, we can delay both the positive and the negative emotions. When it comes to positive emotions, one of the ways that we delay it is to reward ourselves. But sometimes we want to reward ourselves, and I'm guilty of it with, say, sugar. I did something good today. I'm going to go get some gummy bears because that's like my biggest weakness. But instead of going to get the gummy bears, we have the ability to delay that gratification and make it something bigger. Make the little things start to add up over time, and reward ourselves with, let's say, a nice dinner out. Or if we're really trying to achieve something, a vacation, or a watch, or a car. So that's one example of delaying a positive emotion, but on the negative side, it seems a lot more difficult, but it's not. Oh, sorry, I just cracked my neck there. Oh, that felt good. On the negative side, we spend so much time in fear-related response. So worry is what? Worry is a fear-related response. The basis of worry is fear. And fear, what's the old acronym? There's two of them. False expectations appearing real and forget everything and run. Actually, that is one of them. False expectations appearing real and false evidence appearing real. I like the expectations because to me, fear and worry and doubt are all about things that may or may not happen. Like when you go to the doctor to get a test, we worry about the results. But the fact of the matter is we have no influence on the outcome of the results. The only thing where we have influence is going to get the test and then figuring out the next steps. But in that time, we worry about the things that are going on. Well, if you've done what you can to affect the outcome, then stop worrying about the stuff in the middle. Delay the worry until it's time to worry. Because if it hasn't happened, well, then there's no reason to be freaking out about it. And if it has happened, well, guess what? Now you can stop worrying about it and start figuring out solutions. Figure out what your strategy is going to be. Guilt and worry are two of the most useless emotions that humans can experience, and they run our lives. We don't have to worry about everything. In fact, I would say that most of the time, the things that we worry about are trivial. I worry about somebody's opinion of me. I worry if I'm going to make it to someplace on time. I worry about worrying too much. But the fact of the matter is, if I delay that and just accept that, hey, you know what, this is what's going on right now. This is how it works. I'm going to do what I can when the next step hits. Then maybe that worry is the thing you can let go of. Or delay it until something can replace it. I hope that makes sense. It's not the easiest thing to do, trust me. All of this stuff takes time, it takes practice, but it's possible. I prefer not to worry about things because A, I'm looking ahead and trying to plan for them. So I'm spending time in the precedings of things, trying to make sure that they work out right. And and as they transpire, you're already in it. You have to adjust, you have to move, you have to pivot. It's like, you know what? Here's a great example. As I'm putting my fists up like that, I boxed. I still teach boxing to people. The mental game before a fight is the hardest thing ever. Anything that I've gone through mentally, that's probably the most challenging, outside of, death and loss and all that stuff. But I remember the first time I fought, it was the hardest to deal with the mental stress. You spend 2-3 months knowing that you're going to step in the ring with somebody and they're going to try and take your head off. And that their whole goal is to hurt you, to knock you out. So you spend every minute for that 2-3 months when you know that fight's coming up, training. Doing your best to affect the outcome. Not thinking about what happens if he knocks me out or hits me harder than No. I'm worrying about the next repetition. I'm worrying about the next round that I'm practicing. I'm worrying about hitting highs in what I'm doing and trying to get to the next level. And breaking through what I perceive are my barriers. And then you stop training for about a day and a half, 2 days. Well, a couple days anyhow, before you go in. Now, I started a pre-fight ritual where I would go get a massage the day before. And then the day before the fight, I had things that I would do throughout the day so that I wasn't thinking about it constantly because it does worry you. And here's the thing that I taught myself to stop worrying that day before the fight because I did everything I possibly could leading up to the fight to prepare myself. And I believe that I worked harder than the other guy. And then the day comes, and I remember that first day that I stepped in the ring. It was kind of cool. Actually, I didn't have all this time to worry when I was there. I was with my teammates, and we drove to London, and I had people coming to watch me. My brother was there, and girls that we knew, and his girlfriend, and it was this great time. It was really exciting. And then we went out for dinner as a team, and we got back to the gym, and apparently somebody had dropped out of the fight. My guy had dropped out of the fight, and my coach was fighting to get me into a match against this other guy. Long story short, I just hit a 12-inch sub because I thought I wasn't fighting for like a good couple hours, and I get thrown into the first match. Well, now I don't have time to sit and worry about stuff. I just got to go. I got to go fight. And I step in the ring, and I didn't win the fight, but I didn't lose it either. I got in there because once I'm in there, you're in it. You don't have time to worry about it. You're just in it. You're doing your best to affect the outcome. And what I did do was learn. I learned that I did not prepare enough for that because I couldn't even lift my arms by the third round. I didn't even know there was a third round, but I did it. Now, here's the thing. I could have spent 3 months worrying about the fight, or I could spend those 3 months preparing. And preparing was so much better. And then when it came time to worry, which was a couple days before where I didn't have anything, I had to set stuff up in my way so I didn't have to concentrate on it. I was able to find things that I allowed my conscious brain to be occupied so my subconscious didn't have time to throw crap back at me and say, what if? Because we spend a lot of our lives worrying about things that actually never happen, which is really foolish when you think about it. But we have the ability to fix it and affect it and do better because we deserve better, right? Anyhow, that's it for me today. Till tomorrow, know that I love you. And I'll see you soon.